AEW teased a Mercedes Moné debut. Plus, a title match has been announced for Revolution, and a title change took place on Dynamite. It's all in the Cultaholic wrestling news right now. Now, obviously, there was a big story that broke last night regarding Scott D'Amore and TNA. Scott D'Amore is done with TNA Wrestling, and we're going to get more into that story in our next news video today. Just wanted to give you a heads up that we are going to be talking about it, but for right now, let's talk Dynamite. Last night, Tony Khan shared his latest big announcement, and a special episode of Dynamite is round the corner, March 13th, at Boston's TD Garden. They're calling this one Big Business. Sam Driver.
Which should
business.
Be sponsored by the game Big Business, which is a really good business management sim. And you run around
doing the
GTA
news.
style, like top down, and it's like, oh, you need more muffins, and then you got to drive to Costco and buy more muffins. And yeah,
I've missed you doing the news.
That's what it's about,
For that
right?
reference alone. It could be to do with that, but more likely it is to do with the impending arrival to AEW shores of one Mercedes Moné. This looks like it. So it's called Big Business. It had a big event graphic that featured Boston in the corner, spelt B-O $Ton.
I wonder what they could be teasing.
Massive. This feels very much like what they did with CM Punk and the First Dance, where they're going, we're getting this big arena where something might happen. Wink. It's what it
Imagine
feels like.
if nothing happens, though. Fightful Select went into a little bit more detail on it, saying on December 29th, Fightful reported that WWE had stated that while they'd had talks with Mercedes, those talks had fallen through and the two sides couldn't come to terms, similar to what happened prior with AEW. However, talks continued with AEW, and they were told that an agreement was in place around that time, which is likely why WWE was open to admitting that their talks had ceased. There was consideration to announcing or debuting Mercedes, so which one you kind of go for, but instead the decision's been to pass that on for the TD Garden, and the route they're going to go with now. They've apparently heard several possibilities discussed, but that the February 7th show announcement and the March 13th show date have been set for several weeks.
There was talk that there was going to be an announcement last week. But what with the Vince McMahon allegations all coming out, they felt that it would just be lost in a lot of other wrestling news, so they held back a week, and we weren't sure whether that announcement was going to be for Mercedes, possibly even Okada at one point it was considered. TD Gardens, bless their cotton socks, they kind of ruined this because it was about 5 or 6 hours before Dynamite EE that they announced an event on their Facebook page. Dynamite was coming to the Boston and then it was quickly removed. I was like, oh no, Tony's going to be having kittens when he sees that. But I like the way they're announcing this by announcing but not announcing Mercedes Moné. They are really similar to what they did with CM Punk. Tony Khan has called this a landscape-changing moment, the biggest night in the history of AEW, which is funny because I'm sure he said that many times before.
It's all right, and if you just keep saying he's going to do an announcement every week, everybody's got to tune in.
Exactly. Mercedes, keep tuning in for the next big announcement. Mercedes Moné commented following the announcement of Big Business. She put out a tweet with the song lyrics, I remember when I couldn't pay the rent, now I own the whole building that I'm living in. Sky's the limit when you're never giving in. You get in, you ride it out, and don't look back again. Now, is that, Sam Driver, A, the lyrics for the song Living in a Box by Living in a Box?
What a song.
I know, right? Or is it the lyrics to Sasha Banks' WWE theme?
It's the latter, which means that she is going back to WWE. Tony Khan has a renegade level signing here. It's going to be like a rip-off, it's imagine. Could you imagine if
Basha Shanks.
fake Sasha Banks turns up? Oh my God.
Give me Basha Shanks, you cowards.
It's genuinely got to be, I think maybe top of the show again, just like Punk. Like, how do you get around it, right?
Exciting. Interesting one. I think Mercedes Moné is a really good fit for AEW.
Yeah.
I've said this from the off. I think that she'll do well there. And I think the one thing that AEW gets there's a lot of reservations about is the plight of the women's divisions there, and the focus or lack thereof sometimes on that. That has shifted a fair bit lately, but there is work to be done still. And I think the Mercedes Moné is a really interesting part of that, a really intricate part of that shake-up. Staying on AEW, last night we had another title match confirmed for Revolution. We were going to have either Joe versus Paige or Joe versus Swerve. Swerve.
Yes.
Because they're both top of the rankings.
But it's just why you got to choose.
Well,
why not both?
That's exactly what they thought. Why not both? Swerve and Page went to a time limit draw, so they couldn't decide who was top of the rankings. So it was announced that they will both face Samoa Joe at Revolution in a three-way match that will be a banger.
He's just going to turn them into like toothpaste, isn't he? He's just going to like squeeze them, grab one, and just start mashing them. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be lovely. A Colgate moment in the middle of AEW Revolution. Now that's going to be a fun one. They also announced last night that Deonna Purrazzo will challenge Timeless Toni Storm for the AEW Women's World title. Last night, they got ready for this match after weeks of build by having Toni Storm sniff Deonna Purrazzo, which, won't lie, I was quite intrigued by. They shared it, they gifted it.
Did something for you there, Tom?
It's awoken a weird part of me that I should really speak to my therapist about on Wednesday. So that's happening. That's going to be fun. Deonna Purrazzo is excellent, and she's really sold herself in the couple of weeks that she's been there. Great promo stuff back and forth with Toni Storm, and a really undeniable winning streak. I'm enjoying the work there. I don't think Purrazzo's winning.
No, but it doesn't mean there can't be a hell of a showing in the process.
They'll have a lovely time with it. So that also part of Revolution. And it'll be the home of Sting's retirement match. What a way to go out. Sting walking into Revolution, it seems, as a champion in AEW.
Yes, we have new AEW World Tag Team Champions in Darby Allin and Sting because they defeated Big Bill and Ricky Starks when Allin managed to put both himself and Bill through a table, and then Sting pinned Starks after a Scorpion Death Drop. So very exciting heading in towards Sting's grand finale there.
Sting is undefeated in AEW. Sting and Darby Allin undefeated as a tag team, and now Sting is a champion in AEW.
They didn't really have much time to celebrate though with the belts, and it wasn't really a big feel-good moment to send us home happy there because post-match the Young Bucks jumped in, attacked the new champs with baseball bats, leaving them bloodied, and then holding the tag titles up high. Matt and Nick Jackson are on course to face Sting and Darby Allin in Sting's retirement match, of course, at AEW Revolution, and hopefully Sting just Scorpion Death locks their legs off. Just how dare you?
Does he squeeze them like toothpaste?
No, Sting's just gonna turn them into pretzels.
Oh,
just tie their shins together.
I hate to be the
really
bearer.
tight double knot. And then retires with the titles, and then it's like, what are we gonna do now? We can't take them off him. He's retired.
I hate to be a bad news bearer on this.
Yeah.
I don't think they're leaving those champions.
I think they are. I think you should put your mortgage on it. It's happening.
If I had one, I would not put my mortgage on it.
Everybody at home, you do it.
Definitely do that, and then come for Sam Drive at the moment.
Campbell's
no, I ain't not got nothing to do with that. I'd put all your money on Basher Shanks instead. On the podcast feed, this was great last night. So last night I was chatting to a brand new friend of mine in Uganda. I spoke to Bumbash Daniel, who is the founder of Soft Ground Wrestling. Now, you may have seen online these incredible clips coming out of Uganda of wrestling without the wrestling ring, but some phenomenal wrestling skill on show. You may have seen a lot of your favorite YouTubers sharing them, your favorite Twitter folk sharing them. I had to find out more, so we had a chat yesterday, and the story behind Soft Ground Wrestling is incredible. The work that it does, not just to appease some wrestling fans in East Africa, but also the work that it does to give young people in East Africa something special. And they need our help in order to continue to do it as well. Check out the Cultaholic Wrestling podcast feed to hear the full half an hour chat that we had. It was a really special one. It really was. That's waiting for you right now. Good times. Anything you want to plug, Sam Driver?
Watch the over the top rope video. Done. See you in a bit for news too.
Love you. Stay safe and love you. Bye.